Hi all, Joe Gentili from Saraf Gentili LLP. Like to talk about something that's been in the news and I'm also seeing in my practice. The government has announced that they're cracking down on H-1B fraud. And it seems like what is spurring this is there's been a huge increase in the number of H-1B applications in the last couple of years, particularly this year. And a lot of this increase seems to be driven by the fact that there are companies trying to game the system by putting in multiple applications for one person. And, that coupled with some other varieties of fraud in the H-1B world, the government is starting to crack down. And, overall, I applaud this effort. I think that some companies cheating is making it a lot harder given the caps, making it a lot harder for a lot of other people trying to get work, companies trying to hire people. It's making it much more difficult for them to get the workers that they need and for the workers to get the opportunities in the US that they want. So overall, I think an effort to clean up the system is a good thing. However, unfortunately, as part of this process of cleaning up the system and targeting problem employers, there has been and there inevitably will be a lot of innocent immigrant workers that are getting caught up in this. They're going to get revocations and they're going to get refusals and they're going to get denials simply because they had worked for a company at some point that has tried to game the system. They're just wrong place at the wrong time, basically. And these denials and revocations, obviously they have extremely large negative impacts on these workers, and a lot of them are innocent, so it's just completely undeserved. So we're going to see a lot more of that, I think, unfortunately. The good news is that it's not a hopeless situation if that does happen. If you're a worker and you're innocently caught up in one of these problems, there are solutions out there, and a lot of them come through federal litigation. So we've worked with people before that have been caught up in similar situations, and we were able to rectify it through litigation. So it is possible. There's a lot of different permutations to this. It's too much to go through in one video as to kind of what the litigation strategies are, because they're different if the issue arises at the consular stage when you're getting a stamp, or there's a revocation by USCIS, or there's a problem at a port of entry. The legal solutions, depending on these situations, all differ, but at almost every step of the process, if there is a problem, there's something that you can do with litigation. And a lot of times, no guarantees, but a lot of times these things can be fixed and turned around. So really, I just want to say that what could look like a hopeless situation with one of these denials or revocations, it's not hopeless. It is something that can be addressed. So I would recommend that if you do end up getting a denial, a revocation, or a refusal, reach out to an attorney that has experience with immigration litigation in federal court. There's solutions there. They may not be obvious to most immigration lawyers that deal primarily with petitions. So don't give up hope if the first couple of people you speak to tell you there's nothing they can do. Speak to somebody that does immigration litigation, and solutions may present themselves. So, as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And if this was useful, I hope you subscribe. Thank you.